Hello best friend, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a really good day. This is the first time you're watching my channel. My name is Sebastian and I welcome you guys with open arms. So I do pop culture videos every day and I spill tea, we laugh, we kiki, but I also want to make sure that with the what the fuck is the word, bitch? With the platform that I very gratefully have, and can connect with you beautiful souls, that I also say and talk about important, very important things. And it's something that hits very close to home, unfortunately. But today is World Prevention Day. Okay, I don't want to say the word because I know it might trigger people, but today is a day, and I wanted just to sort of talk to you guys about this. Also, I wanted to read this thing that Wonder Mind, Selena Gomez's girl, my mind is everywhere, her organization posted, and I just wanted to lend a little advice and just also kind of share my story. This is a very important day, you guys, because today, a day like today, and the awareness that could raise, it could save a lot of people. And I, first of all, want to start by saying, if you're going through a dark time, I get it, and I say this quite often because, like I said, it unfortunately hits close to home. If you're going through a hard time, I don't blame you for having those thoughts. I don't blame you for giving up. I don't blame you for not seeing hope, right? As much as I don't blame you, I want to motivate you to understand that there are plenty of more options, that there is plenty of more life to live, and that there's a lot of laughter to be had. There's a lot of good times to be had. There's a lot of beautiful blessings to receive. That dark space you're in does not define your life. It defines a present moment, but it does not define your whole entire life, okay? I unfortunately lost my brother this way. This was now, it's gonna be 11 years in June. You go back and you think, you go back and think, 11 years ago, there was not a lot of mental health talk. There really wasn't. There wasn't prevention days, there wasn't awareness. But you go back and you think of, I should have answered, I should have wrote more, I should have been there more, all of the things that you try and bombard yourself with, right? And one thing that I want to tell you is that 11 years later, after living in autopilot for many years, because I just didn't feel anything, I stopped feeling, and I stopped caring, I stopped understanding, and I stopped living. So I was just on autopilot, to be very honest. And now I'm taking full control once again of the wheel, if that makes sense. Jesus took the wheel first and is driving with me, that is for sure. But I could tell you a lesson that I've learned is that a moment in your present life will not define your whole entire life ahead, okay? And could things have been different? Probably, but probably not, It is a pain that I will forever feel, a literal physical pain, because it's sometimes it's physical. Like I get cramps and I just have to kind of like go into fetal position. But it's also something that I've learned to acknowledge, and also I'm done blaming, I'm done questioning, I'm done being mad. And now I let go, I forgive, and I love, right? So just telling you a little bit of my story. Mental health and depression, anxiety, um, you know, drugs, everything is very, very alive and well in today's society. And we don't check up on each other as much as we should. People are ghosting people, friends are leaving friends alone. We are not being very good to each other. That's what I believe. People with huge platforms are not using them as they should, like Selena Gomez is doing. So I just wanted to tell you that if you've gone through something like this, if you've thought about doing something like this, because I feel like maybe a lot of us have, every time I tell you that the sun will come out tomorrow, I know that that's a song from Annie, but for me it's so much deeper. Because if you really just hold on a little bit more and wait for that sun to come out, your whole life could be different. Instead of taking and making a decision in a dark moment in your life. Like I said, I don't blame, I let go, and I love. I'm not here to judge, I'm not here to question, I'm not here to anything. I'm just here to hopefully give you hope. Selena Gomez shared this story, and it says how to check on someone without being weird about it. That's such a beautiful thing because, like I said, we're not really great at checking up on people. And when we do, because if we're worried, if we see someone posting something weird or we haven't heard or there's a little worry, it could get a little awkward. So these are little examples of what you can say. For example, thought of you today, how are you? Checking in on all the people I care about. Hey, I just want you to know that I'm thinking about you, and so on. I'm gonna read to you guys. I'm gonna read it to you guys. I know this video might be a little long, but I just feel like maybe it would be very important. So it says, pick the least strange method of communication. Generally, calling or sending a text is a good way to go, Dr. Jessica Stern says. A phone call is more personal, direct, thorough, and allows you to hear the person's tone, she adds. All that can help you know if their "I'm doing swell" response is legit or just a front. When it comes to texting, that gives them room to digest what you're saying or think about what you're asking before they respond, Dr. Stern says. Keep it short and sweet. As for what to say when it's time for a heart-to-heart moment, don't overthink it. If you mull it over too long, you may never actually send the text or make the call. Or you might edit the exact phrasing so much that it comes off as formal and stiff, which probably isn't the vibe you want. Try, hey, just checking in on all the people that I care about. How are you doing? Signal that you're open to talking about the hard stuff. This is an important one because I feel like a lot of people nowadays are all about themselves and only talk about themselves. And that is definitely something that when you call someone and only talk about themselves and then last minute you just say, oh, by the way, how are you? That really doesn't give you kind of the energy to say, I'm good, girl, okay, bye. You just want to hang up, bitch, because you're emotionally exhausted from that person stealing your energy, So it says, if they're going through something challenging like a breakup, losing a loved one, getting laid off, or struggling with their mental health, Dr. Juan Romero Gotti recommends taking a slightly more specific approach when connecting. Start by acknowledging what they're experiencing by saying, hey, I know things have been kind of stressful lately for you because of blah, blah, blah. How are you doing? Be generally up for whatever. Be generally up for whatever. If you know the person is going through it, ask how you want to be supported instead of assuming what works for you will work for them. Often having company can be comforting and reassuring because they don't feel the pressure to open up but still feel supported, Dr. Stern says. Maybe don't try to fix their life. This is an important one. When checking on someone, you want to avoid springing into superhero mode and trying to fix everything. So before you automatically put on your problem-solving hat, offer to help brainstorm. If they say yes, then chime in. If they'd prefer to vent and not work through solutions, then give them the space to let it out. Again, the goal is to support the person in the way they want to be supported. That is something I definitely have to learn, because I definitely go through like superhero mode, and I get very, like my mom says, intense. And I just want to fix everybody. I want everyone to be okay, and I don't want them to spend any time not feeling okay, you know? But this is such a good thing. It says, support the person in the way they want to be supported. Make like a Monday morning email and circle back. If this person isn't ready to talk about their challenges, they're totally fine. Giving them the space they need is a way you can be there for them. Just let them know that it's okay if they need some time to process and that you're around when they're ready. When in doubt, opt for a thoughtful gesture over a big conversation. If you're still not sure how to check in on someone, just go with something simple and thoughtful, sending takeout, flowers, or a text. And that lets them know you're thinking about them, but doesn't require a response. Can go a long way. So these little things are so important, you guys, because I don't think that we're all born with like the knowledge. Nobody's born with the knowledge of how to, you know, prevent or help or even know that somebody's going through this, you know? I had no idea my brother would do what he did. I had no idea. Absolutely had no idea. And that's why I tell you that it is very important to not leave people alone too much, if that makes sense. Check up on them. I talk to him every single day. I would have never guessed he would do that the next day. I would never guess. So even if you do talk every day and you feel like something might be weird, I mean, like I said, in some situations you'll never know, right? But if you're lucky enough to know that someone might be going through it, that's the biggest blessing in the whole entire world right there. I mean, you are so blessed if you are able to even know that they're going through a rough time, because there is then hope for you to help. I just want to tell you guys that, you know, even though my platform is to spill tea and talk about pop culture, my goal in life, one of them, is to bring light to people and to help people. And I sincerely say that with my whole heart. And I'm very okay by dedicating my life to this, because I know that people don't have friends. Some people don't have friends. Some people don't have anyone that they can talk to or reach out to. So I just want you to know that, you know, you're not alone, and that if you feel like you have no family, if you feel like you have no friends, there are people out there who share the same interests as you. There's people out there who share the same weird, dark humor as you. There's people out there who like the weird things you like. You know what I mean? Like, we all think that we're so weird and that nobody's like us. Girl, there are people like us. We just have to be open to meeting them. And I feel like when you find your tribe, your crew, your circle, you feel a lot less alone, you know? So just want to let you guys know that I love you and that I'm here for you. And please remember that there really is a little window of hope. You just got to find it and open it. And don't allow a dark moment in your life to define the rest of your life, because it doesn't. The darkness eventually goes away. The sun will come out, and there is a window of hope. But you just got to open it. And hopefully with my channel and me here, I could guide you to that window. I know that sounds very crazy, but going through what I went through and not having answers and not having any kind of closure, I want to be able to be a voice and use my pain and use my life story, I guess, to help and to inspire, and hopefully we could all just sort of like, you know, help each other, because I can't believe this video is 16 minutes and I did not break down and cry. That is showing me that with time, things do get better. Because for the first 6 years, I was not even able to talk about this or even mention his name, or hear his name, or listen to songs, or watch certain things, or wear certain things without everything reminding me and me totally breaking down. So I feel like I am definitely proof that with time does heal. All right, I don't want to take more of your time, but I love you all. I'm very grateful for you. Please know that with me, you will always have a safe place, and I love you very much.